you ready? I'm Vin.
I'm sorry.
That's
Harry.
Chip.
Harry.
I don't even want to talk about this. All right.
Fine, let's switch it out and I'll put Harry by my bed.
Yeah, put him by your bed.
I don't like Harry.
It's a disaster.
You should have checked out the bulbs while you were at Walmart today.
This is Engel. Engel. It's probably Angel. Shout out to the Yankees for quitting on us. 16-1. Also, you, Brent.
Oh.
Brent sent me a picture. It was like, there you go. 16-1.
Oh.
Yankees are a disgrace.
Wow, so the Red Sox really did a number on them.
They're disgusting. They quit. Quit. All right.
The Red Sox, they never win, World Series, right? Or something like that.
Oh, no. What are you talking about?
They did?
There was this curse, and then it got broken.
Yeah. When did it get broken?
I don't want to talk about it. We're going to have a different discussion. We'll have a different discussion. All right, this is Engel, RAMMSTEIN. So here we are. Okay. RAMMSTEIN. Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, guys. I'm feeling a bit sick this evening.
Why is that?
Because I'm pregnant.
Go!
That's how I feel.
Is he literally whistling?
Huh?
He's whistling.
Yeah.
Auf Erden wird nach dem Tod ein Engel will kein Engel sein. Gott weiß, ich will kein Engel sein. Gott weiß, ich will kein Engel sein. Gott weiß, ich will kein Engel Wir bedanken uns sehr, sehr, sehr. Dankeschön.
You know what they remind me of?
Who, Rammstein?
Yeah, like if male robots made music, that's what it would sound like. Is that what they're kind of trying to go with? Like,
Well-
they kind of move robotic and...
Yeah, well, they're industrial, you
Yeah.
know? So it's like, I think that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
You know?
And that guy on the keyboard, man.
He's my favorite guy.
Yeah, he's so skinny
That's
and
my
stuff.
guy.
It just makes me very interesting.
I always like the skinny, nerdy guy.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like that's why I like Ben Webb. Like, I imagine him to be
You
this
picture him skinny?
Yeah. No, you don't? This is news to
No,
me.
I don't, actually.
Ben, send us a picture.
I actually picture him to be about your height and not as brawly as you, but... like,
Brawly?
yeah. Like, but I don't...
What does brawly mean?
Broad and... They're very nice.
You're not as brawly as me, Ben.
No,
Hmm?
no, I don't think not. But I don't picture him skinny either.
Alright.
I'm probably completely wrong.
Engel. It means angel, I'm assuming.
I'm guessing it does too, going by those big metal wings.
I'll tell you, those guys know how to put on a show.
They
I wonder
really
how much
do.
money- they must be like a mega rich band.
It would be fun to be at one of their shows.
Yes.
Did you see it was like blocked off so there's some people in the front?
I was in the
and
front
then
row.
Everybody's in the...
I was in the front row of this show.
What do you mean? You went to one of these?
They were with Slipknot.
Oh,
It was the
that's
Pledge of
right.
Allegiance tour
That's right.
in 2001. Post 9/11. They called it the Pledge of Allegiance tour, and we had a fucking German band. How real is that?
They're I like them though. They're very I don't know. They're very unique.
They're great.
They're just, you know, they're themselves and and you
we
know
haven't
I like,
done one bad one yet. This is the one everybody asked for.
to be honest with you, I like both. I like it when the band basically just looks like fuck it, fuck you, and they throw their stuff and they're off the stage. But this I like too, and they nod to you, but a nod to you. You too, sir. I thought it was cute.
Which band does that when they get off?
I really don't know. I just assume that there must be some
You assume
bands that do
Slipknot
that.
would be like
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, they're kind of like that,
that's what
I guess.
I feel like I've seen something where they just, yeah, I have. I've seen something where they just kind of throw their, and they're off. I don't, they may come back out after and say a farewell or something.
When bands are younger, they're more likely to do that. And they get older, they're like, all right, well, we do appreciate you. Good day. Good day. Good day, sir. That's just so funny. You know, them English people are all proper and shit. Yeah. Good day, sir. Like when they're trying to end the conversation when they're mad at each other.
Yeah.
Good day. Well, good day to you, sir.
A good day to you, sir. I wonder though if it's like offensive over there. You know what I mean? Like
what? Good day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're ending the conversation.
Like, you know how you say like there are certain people within our society that are not used to any sorts of persecution.
Yeah.
So anytime they come under a bit of it, they can't handle it. Like you saw that
certain groups are fragile.
Antifa, right? They were all out on the streets, and then this very old, in my opinion, old gentleman. Okay, he had gray hair and
blocking
he was
the street.
And he like get out of his vehicle. It was the most ridiculous thing. I was like, that you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But you know, I used to being pushed around, so you thought you could get. He got in with the quickness.
Yeah, he didn't realize it. He thought that those people were gonna be all fair and shit.
No.
Then they got in his way, so he drove, and so one of their guys was on the front of the car, the hood, and they're like, I can't believe you did that.
Oh, gosh. That's scary though. I think like if I had my kids in the back and they all started going after my vehicle like that.
I think
what?
Those guys, I am surprised that more people haven't died in car-related situations with that group of people.
I know.
Unbelievable. We'll probably have a fireside about it. Like, these guys, they're like almost guaranteeing a Trump re-election. You saw that thing we were watching on Fox News yesterday?
Which?
And they played it. They played the video.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm like, I said, fuck, here it is. Here we go.
Yep.
I knew it. Complete lack of self-awareness. Complete lack of self-awareness. Unbelievable. Complete misunderstanding of the moment.
Yep.
And then when he gets reelected, I'm like, how did this happen?
Yep.
All right, now back to our regularly scheduled program already in progress.
Welcome back.
There's no hope.
Abandon your posts.
Vin and Sori, we are creating a compound out in the woods of Maine. If you'd like to come along, you just can't be a Democrat or a Republican. And if you're an Antifa person, you can't come. Okay, except for a couple people because they're my friends and I like them. Live in virtue, no desire. That's a very interesting line. I think that's a philosophical line, actually.
Yeah.
But there are like forms of like Christianity that kind of promote that like the cessation of all desire.
I kind of feel like that's
kind of like a Buddha, like a bastardization of Buddhism, because in Buddhism it isn't sin that's rooted in desire; it's suffering that's rooted in desire.
Yes.
So I note all my Buddhist people are going to be chill; they're not going to get triggered. I said a couple things about Buddhists. Literally, the Buddhists have never been. They've never been triggered.
Maybe we have no Buddhists that watch our channel.
No, we do. We do, because I said things about Buddhists, and they're like, "Well, it's not necessary. It's more like this." They never get triggered.
Okay.
Atheists, Christians, non-feminists, feminists, Antifa people, Nah, they don't have guns. They don't believe in guns. They just hit people with sticks. They hit that old white guy with the stick.
They did hit him?
Well, they hit his car. They're like, how dare you, sir?
Car,
How dare you drive in America like you're free?
Is that what they were upset about?
Yeah, they took over this street.
I know, but
They took over this intersection just as a show of power. That, I guess it was a Kavanaugh thing. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's going to be an Antifa person that's going to explain to us. They took over the street, and then and so they were forcing people to drive, like they were channeling people and like taking over the street. And this guy was like, "Fuck that," which is what I would have done. But see, I'm black, so I would have been able to.
I'd have just got out of there.
I'd have been like, "Motherfucker, tell me where to drive. This is America."
Yeah, I know.
But see, I'd have been able to play the race card. I'm like, you ain't gonna tell me what to do, Mr. White Person.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go.
Yeah. I would have just.
They would have looked the other way.
Tug my collar
that old
off
white
my
guy,
kids.
forget it. He had no chance. He needed to. It's just power. They just want to push people around.
Okay, well, back to desire and virtue. I
live in
feel
virtue,
like
no
that a
desire.
lot of times.
What do you mean?
Oh, I feel so dizzy right now. I feel like that many of my problems come from my desires. Well, the Bible kind of says what does it say? It says that goes to this, and then then it births this. What's that
Well, it
verse?
says it's James 1.
Yeah.
You can't say that when you're sinning that God is tempting you.
No, there's more.
But that sin starts at the heart and then it leads to lust. It's not desire.
Desire was in that verse.
No, desire is in the semantic domain of the Greek word for lust.
Okay, it was in the King James version, I guess.
Yeah, but it's not lust.
Okay.
I mean, it's not desire, it's lust. Which is not the same thing as
Well,
desire.
they're not the same thing.
Lust and desire are not the same thing.
What's the difference?
The reason modern commentators translate that Greek word as lust instead of desire is because they want to put a negative connotation to it. Because there are good desires and there are bad desires. So you don't want to put the same word to something. So for example, with the term tempt, for example. Tempt, right? The word tempt has a bad connotation to it.
Yeah.
Right, in the English language?
Yeah, it does.
Well, in the Greek, the word tempt and test are literally the same thing.
Oh. Yeah, I've heard
They're
that.
literally the same thing. So because of that, when God is doing it, they'll say test, and when the devil's doing it, they'll translate it as tempt.
So wait a minute. Are you saying desire and lust are the same thing, except
it's the
that
same
one of
Greek
them is?
word. It's the same Greek word in James chapter 1.
Oh. But it just, when we say lust, it's supposed to be like
But when you bring it
the
to,
negative.
right? When you bring it to English,
Desire.
they translated it. The modern guys translated it as lust, so that you can understand that desire is not the problem. It's negative desire that's the problem. Because biblically speaking, there are good desires. Like for example, sexuality. If you look at Song of Solomon,
Yeah.
sexuality is celebrated all over the place.
Yeah.
Like raunchily celebrated all over the place. Which, if you know Hebrew colloquialisms, it's talking about some really freaky shit. So, and there really isn't any, hey, you're gonna go overboard. It just says,
Right.
just wait till the proper time.
Yeah.
Basically, wait till you get married and then, go for it. But, so desire is never presented in the Bible as a bad thing. It's just bad desire. And so the biblical solution is not to have so a couple that like historically, like how do we deal with this? How do you deal with out of control bad desire?
Yeah.
Some people go, okay, well, what you need to do is have no desire, because if you have no desire, then you won't have any bad desires. That's you.
Yeah.
Other people say, no, you just need to overcome your bad desire.
Yeah.
And just then you'll be left with good desire. Just kill your bad desire and you'll have good desire.
Yeah.
Right? Of course, the biblical solution is neither one of those. The biblical solution is make the good desire so strong that the bad desire is not even preferable. Right? So it's, like I always talk about, where you make the bad desire bad and the good desire is so good that you would never choose
Right.
the bad over the good. Like I always say, like, we all know that mayonnaise is an abomination before God. And so if you can hand me a million mayonnaise sandwiches, I'll never have it. But if
Right.
you give me a good, barbecue sandwich with a filet mignon, I'll go for it all the time, right?
Wicked person.
So the point is that
Yeah, I see what you're
it's
saying.
to increase
Yeah.
the goodness of the good desire and increase to your taste buds the badness of the bad desire, and that's that's when you really start having change.
Yeah.
But you see, that third way of doing things takes takes the majority of the power and control out of the hands of the person.
Yeah.
The other two, you can control it. The other one, you're completely dependent on God on.
Yeah,
And most
that's-
people don't want to be dependent.
No.
Most Christians don't want to depend on God.
No, because it feels like
They want
that
to
you're.
control it.
Yeah, because that feels like you're not trying. You're just.
What?
That sounds because it sounds like the easy way. Oh, just wait. He'll do it for you.
Yeah. Well, that's not what I said.
I know that's what it sounds like.
Right. In the grave, an angel's choir. You look to heaven and wonder why no one can see them in the sky. There are no angels. That's why.
Is that what he's saying?
Well, I'm assuming.
That was really creepy the way you just said that. You know what? You know why it was creepy?
Why?
Is because you always tell me things that like go against my reality.
Oh.
And so I was like for a second, I was like, you found something that says there's no angels? What the heck?
Yes, I found a secret. Hmm?
I don't want that kind of secret. I'm like, I have my own Bible verses for why I believe in angels.
No, I believe in angels for sure.
Just as the clouds have gone to sleep, angels can be seen in heaven's keep. Alone in fear, they question why. God damn, not an angel when I die. So, is he saying he wants to be an angel when he dies, but he's not going to be able to?
Well, I think like he's struggling with his own sinfulness. Live in virtue, no desire. Mm-hmm. I think that line is pretty much the control for the whole song. If he could do that, he would be an angel.
Yeah, but look at the next verse. It doesn't sound like it's that great. Angels live, they never die, apart from us behind the sky. They're fading souls who've turned to ice, so ashen white in paradise.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like.
Well, yeah, what I'm saying is, you didn't let me finish because you woman-splained.
I thought it was conversation.
A feminist trigger. Are you minimizing the... You woman-splained me a lot. I just had to do that for the SJWs.
I do. But you've told me to do it. You're like, just say it so you don't forget.
We're at the fireside, and I told M. Death Fan, I was like, yeah, I'm black-splaining you. He was laughing. I actually saw that live. There was a CNN debate, and they were going back, because I'm starting to watch the news now. They were going back and forth, and then the guy was like, well, let me explain. And the woman goes, oh, how dare you! She was really mad at the guy. Okay? You were really distracted in this one. My brother came over, he's like, yo, ADHD, son.
Yeah, he did. That's because we've been trying to start that movie for 2 hours.
I think what he's saying is, if I could live in virtue and have no desire, I would be an angel. But because I cannot do that, here is what happens now. And you know the idea is if you die as a good person,
yeah,
you become an angel. That's what people think.
Yeah.
Well, not an angel when I die. Alone in fear they question why. Not an angel when I die. And he says,
you don't think he's talking about the angels when he says the fading souls thing?
I think what he's saying is there's nobody like this. They're fading souls who've turned to ice. Because you're saying that they turned to angels, and he's saying, no, they're not. Even if you thought the person was good and didn't have desires, they had some sort of desire, whatever, that corrupted them. So we've canonized them and made them angels, but they're not really angels. You know?
That's creepy.
And it says goddamn, which is a double because it's a curse, but it's also damned by God. That's what goddamn means. So and that's one cuss word I generally don't say. Mm-hmm. I never say it. Mm-hmm. Because I'm not a fan of hell, and I take that very seriously. Mm-hmm. So, which is interesting because the first beings that were damned by God were angels. Mm-hmm. So I think he's talking about like his inability to, because what he's saying is, look, everybody had and I think I actually agree with the perspective of the song. If desire is the root of sin, then there are no angels. You know, there are no good people or whatever.
Right.
But I don't believe that this, because everybody has desires, but I don't believe that desires are the root of sin. I think desires are God-given, and desires are there to enhance our pleasure in the world, because that's what God was aiming for when he made us. He wasn't just aiming for utility. You know, that's why, you know, there's fruits in the garden instead of protein pellets and you know, Flintstones chewables. You know, God could have made everything Flintstones chewables, but then we have like this ridiculous variety of taste buds and things like that in different ways. And procreation could have been a very, you know, mechanistic, you know, and that's one of the reasons why, you know, when Augustine basically said that, you know, sex was a necessary evil for children, he's obviously wrong in the fact that God could have made it a very mechanistic exercise, like breathing, which is not, you know, He could have made it very mechanistic, but he didn't.
Right.
Which tells us something. So God is the originator of desire from a Christian perspective. So it can't be that desire is the problem. It's just disordered desire that's the problem.
I was gonna say what fuel behind that desire. I wish my Bible was in this room, but
Why?
it's not. Because I want to read that verse exactly.
Well, just go to James 1. Just Google it. It's right there.
Yeah, but these computers are so slow and my phone is dying. Like, not as in the battery.
You
It's
such
like
a
I need a
baby
new
when you're
phone.
pregnant. Get it? Baby when you're pregnant? Hmm?
I just... King James Version. Do you know which verse that is?
Yeah, it's right there. When tempted, no one should say, God is tempting me, for God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt anyone.
Which
But
verse?
each
Dave?
person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and enticed. Then after desire has conceived, it gives birth to sin, and sin, when it's full grown, gives birth to death.
Yep. Every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust has conceived, it brings forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, brings forth death. I used to always think about like the... So temptation comes because we have desires that don't follow God's desires.
Well, yeah, you have disordered compulsions.
And then we're enticed.
Yeah.
And then
Well, I
when
mean-
lust is conceived, when it really comes forth, then it brings forth sin. And then that's when we actually do the thing that comes into our head or into our feelings.
Yeah.
And then when it's finished, it brings forth death.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, it's just a...
I don't know how that's different from what I said, but
Well, I
okay.
think I just ought to see it for myself.
Oh, I see.
You know?
Well, that's good. This way you don't get tricked. Yeah, so I don't think that's the problem. I think it's our lust that's the problem. Our lust
Yeah.
for evil, disordered things, and it doesn't even mean like perverted lust. For example, Eve desired the fruit, and that wasn't a perverted desire. It just so happened that it was a desire that was misaligned with what God's law said.
Right. Yep.
Because the desire for good fruit wasn't bad. God put that in there.
Right.
Her.
Right,
Because you had a whole fucking planet full of fruits, Mom,
Right.
that you had to choose from. And now she'll have to suffer the consequences of your actions.
You'll suffer too because you'll be suffering beside
I've been suffering. I'm suffering
I know,
now.
honey, are
I'm
you getting
suffering.
so sick of hearing
I'm
me
suffering
complain?
more than you.
you. I don't know if I'd go that far.
No, that's bullshit. I'm not suffering more than you at all. I just can't shake my leg.
Yeah. He shakes his leg constantly. Like, it will go on for hours. And I'll
When do
be
you get
like
the
so
song?
sick. I'm like, please stop shaking your leg.
I'm trying to get you out of this review.
9. I liked it.
I really liked the whistle. I thought that was so creative.
I agree.
I was like, is this dude really whistling in the freaking song? That's crazy to me.
What'd
I
you
really
give it?
like that. And I love that first line, live in virtue, no desire. And I love the way that they did it. Live in virtue, no desire.
Yeah.
And I like the bassist. The bassist was very, very pronounced. And I usually don't like catch the bassist.
Then they did that weird sound in there. I don't know what it was.
Well, that's just techno shit.
I liked it. I liked it.
That was okay. I actually deducted a point for that.
So what do you give it?
It's an 8.9 for me.
Very close to mine.
Yeah, because I'm very close to you. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.
Sich an Sterne krallen.